All right, let's talk nuclear energy. There seems to be a lot of talk in the northern hemisphere. Canada looks like they're implementing a first large-scale nuclear project since the early 1990s. I know you've been wanting this conversation on nuclear energy to be, continuing. What are the issues here? We know that we hear about cost, the laws, nuclear waste, and so forth. But how is the conversation going with nuclear energy for Australia?
Well, there's a lack of leadership, and when I became leader of the Nationals, the first thing I did was ask the Prime Minister for a National Energy Summit to have that mature conversation, to show the leadership from both political sides, to open up that conversation that we can educate the Australian people about the opportunities and the emerging technology. We were in government for 9 years and we couldn't get to a bipartisan approach within even the coalition. The Liberals couldn't get comfort with it. The Nationals have been on a nuclear journey for some time. But to Peter Dutton's credit, he's brought the Liberal Party on that journey, and we're now to a stage where I think we can continue to advance these discussions. And when you've got Chris Bowen running around saying it's the most expensive form of energy and pointing to the Gen Cost report by CSIRO, but yet the CSIRO report is flawed. It's flawed in every sense because they haven't added to renewable energy the 28,000 kilometres of transmission line that's required, the extra transmission lines that'll go into the billions upon billions of dollars, where the new emerging technology, zero emissions technology or small scale modular, could be plugged in where existing coal-fired power stations are, and there's no need for new transmission lines. So we're just saying, let's have a conversation with the truth out there so the Australian people can decide, and we're lagging behind the rest of the world. We've had a nuclear industry here for 70 years at Lucas Heights. Let me tell you, there's houses less than a kilometre away that are selling for $1.3 million. Technology's evolved. It can be adopted and adapted here in a safe way in Australia, as we've had for 70 years with Lucas Heights. Let's use some common sense, and the Nationals are prepared to lead that. But Chris Bowen needs to drop the ideology because, unfortunately, his reckless race to 82% renewables by 2030 is driving up your costs. And even Net Zero Australia says that'll be $1.5 trillion in costs to the Australian consumers. Someone has to pay for that. We're saying, let's open up the market, let's put the safeguards, let's open up and see what is the cheapest, what's the most affordable, most reliable while we're reducing emissions. If that comes to nuclear, well and good.
All right, finally, I know you and I, David, have had disagreements constantly about the state of origin, Queensland, New South Wales. However, the Matildas, I'm sure that we would agree that they have to win tomorrow night. I spoke to Paul Wade just before and he said 2-0 against Denmark. It's just amazing, isn't it? An outstanding achievement already by the Matildas, and certainly the world will be watching them play Denmark in the round of 16.
Oh yeah, look, I'm channeling the Queenslander in me, Janie. We're always winning, so I can see. I think the girls will come home with I think 2-0.
Always winning
with 2-0.
Always. Come on.
We give you the odd game. We give you the odd game to keep you interested. But look, I've got to say, even without Sam Kerr, we should be proud of these girls. I mean, we've got the world's best player on the sideline, and these girls have done such a great job. And this is one of the biggest World Cups in terms of people watching it as well, going to the stadium. 1.7 million people have watched this game, where the next closest was about 1.1 million. So Australians have embraced this. We should be proud of of the journey we're on. And I think, and bringing Sam back in just strengthens us. But also don't forget that the Diamonds are up for their World Cup final tonight against England. And so we could see the women really outdoing the men in every sense of the word here. We're on a trajectory here with women's sport. We should be proud of where our women have brought us to and going to take us to over the next couple of days.
Yeah, well said. And extra coffees, no doubt, for people watching in the early hours of tomorrow and then backing up tomorrow night. But yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it, for women's sport, for up and coming, young kids and so forth, and of course for our country.
Yeah, and I think it's just captured the imagination of young girls around the country just to go that they can excel and they can be acknowledged in a way that men's sport has. And I think women's sport is really starting to catch the eyeballs, which hopefully will see the money flow into it in an equal way that men have enjoyed for generations. It'd just be great to see women's sport continue to be elevated the way it is. And I think the standard is just as good. It's been amazing to watch. And I think that goes not just for the soccer. You can see that in the cricket. Our cricketers are fantastic. They're netballers, and then our swimmers. So I think, I think Australians are starting to realise that women's sport is a spectacle that actually is of the highest standard that we should all be proud of, and we're going to be world leading hopefully on the 20th of August when the final hits for the Soccer World Cup.
How good is that? And the Opera House is going to be lit up tomorrow. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Whether you're at the game, 75,000 people there, or watching at home, or in the events that are being set up outdoors. So yes, Paul Wade, former Socceroos coach, thinks we're going to win 2-0. What do you think?
Yeah, I think 2-0. I think Denmark will be tough, but I think I suspect Sam will probably stay on the bench and they'll inject her as we need her, probably towards the back end. I'm no soccer aficionado, but you just want to make sure you keep her protected all the way through to that 20th of August. But you got to look at what our girls have done so far. They've been pretty good, apart from one patchy performance. They've been pretty solid. So I think we can at least expect 2-0. I think that'd be a fair result.
Yeah.